Hi friends, it's Saturday, August 2nd. We're here in front of the Patuxent Institution. It's in the Maryland prison system, the Maryland State Correctional System. It's a facility for inmates with mental and emotional troubles. We are going to start here in the parking lot because the warden of this facility, well within her rights, but the warden within this facility says this is a maximum security prison for the criminally insane, and that she does not allow volunteers here. So that's fine, we understand that. We cannot go inside to conduct energy healing sessions at this point, but at this particular facility we're working with many other facilities in the conversation to try to get some programs inside the walls, but for now we can work here in the parking lot, and we can do what we can do to clear the energy of space, not violating anyone's space, but we happen to be here and we have the right to live our lives in sacred space, and so right here and now we can create sacred space. Now we begin. Starting to see ourselves as members of the correctional institutions. You know, when we start to identify ourselves as volunteers, part of the prison community, part of the community of the correctional system, then more and more and more we have the right and the responsibility to tend the energy of it. So seeing ourselves not necessarily as part of this particular institution, but as part of the Maryland State Correctional Institution system, seeing ourselves as part of the United States Correctional Institution system, right?
Right.
Seeing ourselves as part of the penal system and as part of the solution, not as part of the problem. We're here to help people. We're here to help people heal so that when they get out, that they create a full, joyful life for themselves, creating a life of joy in a world that works, becoming part of the solution instead of being part of the problem. So right now with that focus, it becomes much more easy to merge in with this group, doesn't it? Feeling like bubblings of emotion, turmoil, emotional turmoil. It doesn't feel so much to me as mental disturbance, it's just emotional turmoil, rage. I could be just tapping into the emotions first, becoming aware of them first. Possible. Strong upward flow, strong upward flow. Let's start to groom this energy body. It's a wreck. There are just twisted, dark, knotted channels everywhere. Just grooming it up, 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 and hard and crusty, and everybody just mad at everybody else. Correct me if can you find a way to improve upon the precision?
No.
Everybody's just mad at everybody else. Everybody's just feeling like other people are in the wrong. I don't feel a whole lot of people taking responsibility, like what can I do better, how can I change. I could be wrong about it, I could be missing it, but so our heart just feels very righteously indignant. I've been wronged, these other people are bad, everybody around me is bad. There's a lot of that. Everybody around me is bad. How to protect myself against all these bad people. It feels like pretty much everybody's feeling that way. I could be wrong.
Right, and in the wanting to protect themselves, they're behaving like the bad people, quote unquote.
Yeah, and how are we exactly like this? How are we exactly like this? Finding this in ourselves also. It's always there. There's always an exact match, maybe at a much finer level, but the quality is identical.
Exactly.
Of not wanting to see what we ourselves can do better, not wanting to see how we ourselves can change, and feeling like, well, the problems of the world are the world. The world is the problem, rather than understanding that there's something that we can do to change and make it better. How are we all part of the society? And we can all agree, all of us in this merge can agree that our society is broken, right?
Right.
There does seem to be commonality there. Here's the point we can all agree on, right?
Right.
We can all agree the society is broken. We don't agree on how to solve it, but we all agree it's broken. So that's good. At least we have agreement. This isn't how it's supposed to be, right?
Right.
we aren't pretending that everything's okay, right?
True. Right.
Now, I don't feel a whole lot of feelings of empowerment of, I can change things, I can make a difference. I don't.
Right, it feels like things are broken and, oh well, I'm just going to choose to be angry about it.
Right, things are broken and that's not right, and grumble, grumble, grumble. Now I'll just be angry for the rest of my life.
Right.
And I want people to suffer and be angry with me so that we can all be angry together.
Right.
Working for the prison system of the United States of America, all levels of correctional facilities, right?
Right.
From the most minimum security county jail in the tiny rural town that has very little crime, tiny rural county, I said it wrong, tiny rural county that has very little crime, to these big maximum security facilities near major urban areas, right? You just start to draw the traumas out, and they're just like all these people in here who had just horrendous stories, stories of being abused as children, just all these horrendous, horrible, bad, awful things happening to them. No wonder, right?
Hmm.
And then the people who work here, some of them coming in very idealistic, right?
Right.
Some of them wanting to change the world, make it a better place, right?
Right.
And then just getting bogged down in the energy. It's like running in, like feeling it like you're on the beach and you're running into the water, and suddenly you're running in quicksand. It's like, whoa. Sudden loss of acceleration. Whoa. And then just being good and stuck along with everyone else. Policy, let's find the life path. Oh my gosh, what a rocky, nasty, ugly, disgusting, potholed mess. It looks like a war zone road. What's your perception?
Same.
So we're just
big holes and
huge
boulders. And
yeah, it looks like a war zone. So just getting to work, repairing the damage on this life path. A lot of this damage does not feel necessary. It feels unnecessary. Correct me if I'm wrong. What's your perception?
Unnecessary. It feels like friendly fire almost.
Shooting ourselves in the foot,
right.
Even. Or, friendly fire, shooting ourselves in the foot. This is from our side. We did this,
right.
Whoever we are.
People on the same team.
We're hurting each other. We're all hurting each other. Wow. So it feels as though the people on the same team seems to mean, in fact, all of us are part of this community. And we're all just hurting each other. And we see how the attitude that is prevalent in all levels of our society, the attitude of my hands are tied, seems to be very prevalent here as well. Not a surprise. It's normal. It's natural. This is how it is, right?
Right.
People feeling like, well, obviously this isn't how it's supposed to work, and I know that it should be different, but my hands are tied. I can't do anything differently. Then now this is natural and normal, because especially when we start to look at the big scale problems, the large scale problems that our biosphere faces, it's normal to feel like, who am I? My actions won't, who am I to make a difference? But this is how we change the world, is we just start doing something. Each of us, we don't get hung up on what we can't do. We just start somewhere and do something with the intention of improving every single day. This is what I'm doing today, but tomorrow I want to do better. Tomorrow I feel like I can do more. I can do more. I can do more. Wow, some of the channels go up shockingly easily. I don't know what to make of that, other than divine assistance, probably, right?
Right.
Do you notice that, or am I making that up? Is that a...
It's like some of them were just waiting.
They were just waiting to be combed up or invited up. I'm calming. I'm calming. Like some people really, 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 really just want to do the right thing. A lot of people here really just want to do the right thing. Now tuning to perfect pitch, which is the pitch of the soul energy that's destined to occupy the body and the physical dimension, and seeing how this, like the vision of the correctional system was originally something beautiful, actually. Can you see that?
Yes.
How the soul energy that's associated with this correctional system, quote unquote, was intended to be one of rehabilitation.
Right.
Something's gone terribly wrong. That isn't what's occurring, but the intention is still there. Well, definitely straightens up a lot easier than I expected it to. It's actually a lot easier to work with than the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Maybe just size, but it feels like attitude is
less resistant.
Less resistant. Less resistant. That's encouraging. It isn't what I expected. I expected it to be worse.